Hey, 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 welcome back, lovely people. Today we're going to be doing my monthly budget for January 2024, y'all. We are slowly approaching, slowly approaching. If you are new to my channel, welcome. If you are not new, welcome back. Thanks for joining me for another video. My name is Janelle, and on here I do all things budgeting. I also include work week lunches, grocery hauls, meal planning, and lifestyle videos. So if that is something that you're interested in, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. So I am using this monthly budget. I'm going to do my best, y'all, to make sure that all of these people are getting their props and put their Etsy shop below if you guys are interested in this monthly budget. I still budget in my budget like planner, my happy planner, and I show you guys that as well. So it's sort of kind of like a hybrid budget, but I do like having all of this on a spreadsheet because it's easy to calculate the numbers and all of that good stuff. So I already have like the main things already written out, and then we're going to go through the numbers. So this is going to be from January the 1st through the 31st. Now I do sort of kind of do a zero-based budget, but I always have rollover money because right now we are trying to build our 1 month ahead situation so that there's always money in the account to pay for the bills when they're due, instead of kind of waiting until we get paid, because we don't get paid on the first of the month to just be like, okay, we're going to pay the mortgage and daycare and all of that kind of good stuff. So let's first start off with my financial goals, and they're super basic because January we are just going to be taking it easy. There's not going to be too much going and so I'm just taking it easy. I'm not even trying to do too much. So the first one is going to be to pay off our HOA. So our HOA is due January the 1st. And so I already have the money. So whenever they post it, they said they're going to post it on the 1st, but they're like, oh, make the payment on the 1st and then they'll deduct once we post it. Whichever one I decide to do, that is what we're going to do. But I need to make sure that it's paid off and I don't have to be bothered with it. It is paid once a month. Once a year. So I don't have to worry about that. Next is going to be, we need to pay our medical deductible in January as well too. And I'm just be very honest, this is going to be probably like the one thing that we'll charge to the card and then pay off at a later day. Some of it will get paid back, but not all of it. And this is because baby girl is going to be going to the hospital to spend the night or whatever. And then she's going to be having surgery at some point. And so our family deductible, I believe, is $200, and because that's what they asked for. So we have that. So I just want to make sure those two things are taken care of, and those are just our financial goals. But y'all stay tuned and look out for my monthly spread, because then we'll talk about all of the things. Okay. So those are my financial goals. So now we're going to go over to my bills overview. So these are all of the things that our household budget pays for. Me and my husband put a particular amount of money into this household account, and that's the money that we use to fund all of the things for the household. So first things first is going to be our mortgage, and it's going to be $22.40.49. Next, we have our electricity, and we are budgeting $85. If you guys haven't already, I'll have the link down below of my 2024 annual tracker where I talk about where I got these numbers from and things of that sort. But there were two subscribers that were telling me, I think the first one was a guy, and he was telling me that like I should just keep, like if I don't want to do like their budget billing, keep my average of whatever it is. So I think he came up with like for my electricity, it was like 157, or maybe it was utility something, but you get the drift. If it's $100 every month as average, just pay $100 every month and then let the credit sit there so that whenever it's due, that credit just comes out and you're not really like having a fluctuation in your like budget, which is actually a very, very good idea because I didn't think of that. I don't know if I really like budget billing too much because I've heard many horror stories or like at the end of the month, I mean, at the end of the year, you have some like spectacular bill that's due instead of me just paying for whatever's due at that time. And then I know Tara over at Journey to Wisdom and Wealth also gave me something similar to that as well. So I am going to be taking a look at it, but until then, I'm just going to keep it based on what my annual budget was. All right. So then the next line item is going to be my utilities, and that's trash, water, sewage, and their exorbitant tax fees. I'm budgeting $100. Seeing this last bill that's due for January, I don't know where they're getting these numbers from, and I'm just a little like, next is going to be my internet bill. I haven't gotten any word that has changed. I've been checking it, and that is just what it is. Baby girl's daycare did come down some to $9.97. Y'all, she's in like the older toddlers class. Like, I can't believe it. January, y'all, she is going to be 2 years old. Like, what are we talking about here? 2 years old? What? Where is the time going? But I love that little girl. Now she's potty training. We got her a potty seat the other day, and it's just, time is moving so quickly. Next is going to be our YouTube TV. That is at $95.03. That hasn't changed. Our ADT, which is our security system, that's $55.14. I haven't received anything that says that's going to change either. And then lastly, we have our gas bill, and we are budgeting $50, although I know it's probably going to be not $5,000, good Lord, $50, which I know is going to be a little bit more. So we are budgeting $3,707.75 for all of our bills. Next is going to be our expenses. These expenses are held in our Ally checking account. They do have like spending accounts now where you can actually set up your categories individually, like how you see it written out here. And then whenever you use your card, you can allocate the charges or have it auto allocate those charges to whatever account. I actually really like it. It's just not working the way that I want it to work for me right now because of me. I don't have the cash up front fully to like fully fund them and then just start using it. So you guys, I don't know when you guys are going to see this video versus some of the other videos, but it's already going through my head if I want to focus on some other stuff before I get into some other things. So stay tuned for that as well too. But for groceries, I am keeping my budget from this year at $400 for groceries. I am going back to a bi-weekly grocery haul setting instead of doing weekly. I actually have already gone grocery shopping for like the first 2 weeks in January, and I did so much better than if I was going weekly. Next is going to be gas. I did $180 for December, which I saved, or I was left with like $24, so I did really well. But I'm going back to my regular $200. This is where like gas could fluctuate from day to day, and I just don't want to get caught in their foolishness. Household, we're going to be budgeting $150. That's for all things household. I don't know when I'm going to be able to tell y'all this or talk about it, but earlier on in December, my husband got a like water treatment system for our house, and he had been saying that we needed one for a very long time, and I didn't know how terrible the water was. Like, I knew it was terrible, but I didn't know how terrible it was until we got the water treatment. And y'all, let me tell you, this water is like gold, okay? My skin is like flourishing. The water tastes awesome. Like, there's no more rings in the toilets. It's undamaging the shower door that we had. Like, man, it is crazy. And my husband has been doing research for a long time for this since we bought like the house. And so when it comes to household, we will not have to be purchasing a lot of things because they also paid for like all, like it covers all of our household things like hand soap and dishwashing soap and all that stuff, which is like all organic and all that kind of stuff. So everything that I stinking bought in my household, like bulk shopping, I can't use it. I can't use it because it will like, oh, like it already, I tried it to see if they were lying to me, but I used the dish pack in the dishwasher and it like flooded out, like all the bubbles came out of the dishwasher. So I was like, okay, they weren't lying, y'all. But I love the products that we have. So I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do with this like extra stuff. But y'all, when I say I'm loving this, like our house even smells different because the water does not stink. Okay, but so much about this water treatment system, but I just wanted to say that. So I think we're going to be able to save a lot more in household. Also, hopefully soon and very, very soon, we won't be having to buy all these diapers either. And so this 150 can go towards other things. Next is going to be spending. I'm not planning to spend really anything in January, so we are going to keep it at $5. And then I added this new category, which was eating out for anytime that we want to like eat out, because on Fridays is the one day that I don't really cook. And so it would be nice to be able to grab something to eat. Now, eating out is very expensive, but for us, our biggest issue is that we get so tired when we get off work that we go and do DoorDash. And when you see that you paid $63 for 2 burgers, you want to cry on the inside. And so I'm like, yeah, no, we're going to have to pull up our bootstraps. And if we want to go and eat somewhere, we need to like physically go there and grab the food, because that's $30 less. And that $60 can last for 2 meals instead of one. So I'm starting this out and I'm just putting $5 to here. So we are expecting for the month of January to use $760 for our cashless cash envelopes. For January, I am not projected to do anything, any payments for Discover. And that's just where we're at with that. And then while we're just already over here, we're going to talk about pay. And so altogether, we're going to be budgeting $6,000 for income. That includes our rollover from December and then the money me and my husband put into our account. And then lastly, we're going to go over to our savings account. I have 8 main categories, and then those categories do have subcategories, but clearly there's not enough space, so this is why I set it up that way. So for entertainment, I am expecting to put $25 towards our entertainment sinking funds. For transportation, I am budgeting $36, although the more the merrier. Health is budgeted at $20. Pets is budgeted at $2. Personal is going to be budgeted at $9. For home, which is like home maintenance and things of that sort, and it also includes my savings for our HOA, we are going to be budgeting $40. Next is going to be miscellaneous, and that's just like all the random other things that we have going on that doesn't really fit into any of these other categories. And we're going to be doing $14. And then lastly, we have savings, and I'm putting $54 towards savings. And that should bring us to $200 going towards our savings each month. I do have savings challenges, and we'll see how they all like work out in the end. But this is strictly all just going to sinking funds. And then if I could use my savings challenges to boost my sinking funds, and that's what I'll do, or whatever extra money that I need to be able to save for. We're not doing anything in investments right now. Honestly, me and my husband have already had like our monthly kind of talk about our finances and stuff. In the new year, we're not spending a dime on a credit card except for the one thing for the medical. But anything else, like if we don't have it in our budget to physically pay for it, we're just not. So that doesn't mean I won't swipe the card and pay it back. But if I'm going to swipe the card and I can't pay it back right away, then I don't want it. I don't want it. We don't need it. I've gotten pretty much a lot of the things that we would need. I've already done bulk shopping, grocery shopping, and all of that kind of stuff. So I don't need anything. And then the things that I know that are coming up, I am trying to focus my extra savings and all of that stuff towards that. Okay. So let's just go over the budget overview for y'all. So our income, we're budgeting $6,000 for bills. It's going to be $3,707.75. Our expenses, $760. Nothing for debt, $200 for savings, and nothing for investment. And we should have a rollover amount of $1,332.25. Okay, you guys. And then you already know, if you are not new, but if you are new, I have my transactions down here, and once a week I come on here and show you guys everything that was paid for, what money we received, and all of that stuff, so I can make sure that it's matching our account as well. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.